put down your common sense and pick up your bullhorn, because we're just going to shout everything down that doesn't seem like it makes sense to us, and just dissent everybody's voice, and all you want to hear is us, and that right there is freedom, 100%. That's how you exercise freedom of speech. We make sure you just hear what I want you to hear. Or at least that's how they're doing it in a lot of colleges. This video right here will kind of get you an idea of the root, a good root cause through generational degradation. With no further ado, let me read you this article, and you may be familiar with this, but this is a little bit of a tie-up. So hold on one second. Here we go. Here we have a Stanford Department of Equity and Inclusion. This is the dean over that department. Is currently on leave for interrupting and confronting federal judge during campus event. The associate Dean University of Equity and Inclusion at Stanford. By the way, Stanford, a very expensive college to go to, so good luck for all you people sending your kids there, because, by the way, these courses are designed to put you in a false sense of reality, so when you go into the real world, if you are able to function, you're working for an organization that goes totally against America. But a Trump-appointed judge was invited to talk at the school, and the associate dean, I think you say her name, Tyrene Steinbach, is currently on leave. Generally speaking, the university does not comment publicly on pending personal matters, and so I will not do so at the time, by the way. This is quoting Jenny S. Martinez, the dean of Stanford Law, by the way, the lady over the whole thing. Let's see here.
Protest on the way in, they could have protested on the way out, they should have said whatever they wanted to say, but when you stop someone, whether it's a judge, a fellow student, an educator, or anywhere else, which sadly we deal with all the time at Young Americans Foundation, that is a violation.
That's Steinbach right here in the blue, and sort of egging the crowd on.
Free speech, and of all places, it should be revered on a college campus, yet today that's where it's most at risk.
And I'm wondering, as we see the pictures, this is, you talked about the DEI administrator coming up, and she literally sided with the students, and she had a prepared speech, which shows you that she knew this was going to happen, and she was prepared to go with it.
She was the dean of exclusion, not inclusion in this case, and she should be fired just like these law school students should be expelled. There has to be an enforceable policy. It's not enough to say that we value free speech unless you do something about it, and someone had to be held accountable.
So you...
I totally agree, except for I don't think the students should be expelled. I know that sounds strange, but I think that a lot of this is just because they've been misinformed. They've been misinformed. They've been... some of this may not be quite 100% their fault. You've got to remember, people are being conditioned right now. You're not supposed to take advantage of people. It's a bad thing, and that's what a lot of these colleges are doing right now. They're taking advantage of an easy situation, of a poor, of like epic proportions. Let's see here. It shows where this Steinbeck chick, she said the president, she issued a apology, but of course apologies don't go very far whenever the damage is already done. I mean, especially if like you could pretty much know that she's only saying this to save her hide. And a little bit of it says, the president of the university and I have apologized to the judge, Duncan, for a very simple reason, to acknowledge that his speech was disrupted in ways that undermined his ability to deliver the remarks that he wanted to give to the audience who wanted to hear him. As she announced, as one first step, the law school will be holding a mandatory half-day session in spring quarter for all students on the topic of freedom of speech and academic norms of the legal profession. This is almost like Veterans Day and Gay Pride Month. You should spend at least a day. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there'll be a reoccurring course, but a whole day once a week. A whole week. A long ways to go there. And the fact that what's happened is in colleges over the years through generational degradation, the people have been conditioned to completely forget about real history and are sold a lie and then an ideology that's kind of like really corrosive just in general, not even to the self, but just to society in general, because that somehow or another trying to be so inclusive to include everybody has really turned things really exclusive, because it's separated people's personal self with identity politics. When you do that there, you take a lot of the humanality out of it, and you're just putting in a machine's algorithm. And that's dangerous. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate all the new subscribers. And please check us out. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I've got a bunch of stuff about to load up on my Rumble channel. It's William Archibald is one word. So like I say, please like, subscribe, and share, and check me out on Rumble, because there's stuff that I do a lot of that cannot go on YouTube. I talk a lot about the stuff here and other big stuff on Rumble. So William Archibald is one word. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of the day. I'm out.